Next up, Salmonella and Listeria. Recalls by these two pathogens really have jumped in 2022, reaching the largest share of recalls for its type in 5 years, according to Food and Drug Administration. You know, the number of FDA recalls for 2021 and 2022 were pretty much the same, a little over 400 each year. However, the number of recall units from 2021 to 2022 jumped 700%. That's right, 700%. They jumped from 52 million in 2021 to 416 million in 2022. And many of you probably remember the salmonella outbreak associated with peanut butter. Now, when you think of peanut butter, you probably think of Peanut Corporation of America. Peanut Corporation of America was a family-run company with operations in several states, serving peanut and peanut butter products to schools, prisons, and healthcare facilities. From 2007 to 2008, the peanut company shipped peanut products a dozen times that they knew were contaminated with a strain of salmonella. Because the products were sent to unknowing companies who then produced peanut butter and peanut meal, over 3,200 different products had to be recalled. It became one of the largest food recalls of all time. The strain of salmonella was linked to 9 deaths and sickened over 600 people in 46 states, as well as in Canada. Peanut Corporation of America eventually filed for bankruptcy protection in February 2009. Consumers avoided many other brands of peanut butter that were not affected by the recall, causing sales of peanut products to drop substantially between 2008 and 2009. This impacted peanut farmers, manufacturers, retailers, and even food banks. The financial damage to the peanut industry was estimated at more than $1 billion. There were 2 additional recalls with salmonella associated with ground chicken and ground turkey. You know, the recall I really find interesting is the Foster Farms chicken recall. There were outbreaks associated with their chicken for 17 months. Beginning in March 2013, chicken produced by Foster Farms caused an outbreak of salmonella in 29 states and Puerto Rico. By July 2014, a total of 634 people were affected by the pathogen. About 241 were hospitalized. The company was under fire for not issuing any recalls of contaminated products. On July 3, 2014, Foster Farms finally issued a voluntary recall of more than 1 million pounds of chicken believed to be contaminated with Salmonella Heidelberg. People were saying, why has Foster Farms not issued a recall? And why has the government not stepped in to hold Foster Farms accountable? The company felt the evidence pointing to Foster Farms as the source of the outbreak was circumstantial. Additionally, its spokespeople pointed out that cooking the chicken to an internal temperature of 165 degrees kills the potentially deadly pathogen. The government did not have the authority to shut down the plant. USDA FSIS issued a public health alert. A Minneapolis law firm representing a victim who was awarded $6.5 million said the verdict established a precedent that chicken producers can be held responsible for salmonella contamination in raw chicken, even though the USDA did not consider salmonella adulterant, since the bacteria can be killed by cooking the chicken. And it's not just meats that are associated with these types of recalls. In 2012, there was a recall of cantaloupes following the illnesses of 261 individuals and 3 deaths. And in 2015, there was a large recall of cucumbers following an outbreak associated with salmonella that actually killed 6 people, hospitalized 204, and sickened over 900 individuals in 40 different states. But the granddaddy of them all might be in 1985, and it was caused by milk from Jewel food stores. At least 6,149 individuals got salmonellosis. There were actually 2 outbreaks associated with this, and it's kind of unusual because pasteurized milk really has a good food safety record. But it was found that at the processing plant, there was a cross connection between raw milk and pasteurized milk that was probably the cause of this outbreak. But another big one we're going to get into was egg recall in Iowa, where 500 million eggs were recalled. I wish Steve was here to talk about it because he was in Iowa then. Once the story broke, the public began to wonder about the conditions inside factory farms. Special reports and documentaries as well as outrage followed. The FDA developed and implemented new egg safety rules, but not in time to correct the poor sanitation at the Wright County businesses.